Hello guys, Cristiano here. I am a C programmer, learning all those things that I can. Hit the subscribe button, let a comment, that'll help so much the channel. All my videos, you'll be in a fast mode with explanation. I'll reduce the time to be more precise. And you'll face a lot of mistakes and debugs. Everything's calculated, or not. So don't be afraid. The link for all the source codes will be in the description. If you wanna follow, just get your copy. In this video, we will introduce the scheduler. It's like a cron job, where you can register some functions to be executed within a period cyclically. This version is quite rudimentary, but it does the job. For this implementation, we need to add a new function, the sat time, with a granularity in milliseconds. Let's start with that, and then implement the scheduler itself. We copy the epoch now function, now for millisecond precision. Its implementation is quite simple. We use time eval to get the current date and convert it to milliseconds with this calculation. Create a scheduler header and the source file. We include some necessary headers. I create the interface for the user to register their functions. I create the scheduler context, which has a set, the number of events, a thread that will be executed to call the functions, a running flag to control the execution of the scheduler. With the args, we parameterize the number of events, create an event context, which has an object, a name, a handler, the last update, and a run flag, although this last one is currently unused. I create several functions: init, open, add event, start, stop, is run, and in close. I adjust the open function to pass the args, and in add event, I pass the events to be added to the list. The rest remains unchanged. I copy all the functions. In the source file, I include the necessary headers and paste the functions. Adjust it then to the familiar pattern. I fill the init function and replicate its code in the rest of the functions, adjusting the text when needed. Return to open, I check if the args are not null, if the event amount is greater than 0. I copy events amount to the context, then I create the set structure using the set scheduler event and passing is equal. We define its prototype. In add event, we check if the event is valid, with is event valid. If true, we add the event. In start, we set it to running and create the main thread, passing the object as an argument. We also define its prototype and skeleton. In stop, we set running to false and wait. Is running is simple. We return true if it is running. In close, we can call stop to stop the scheduler and destroy the set. Now implement the is equal. We cast the arguments to event so we can compare attributes. If the names are equal, we consider it the same event, so we don't add it. And is event valid? We check the instance, the handler, the name, and if the name's length is greater than 0. Finally, the main handler. We retrieve the context. I create a size variable. I create the variable for event and the current time. We get the size of the list. Based on the size, we iterate to get the object at the current index. We retrieve an event from the list. I update the last update with the new milliseconds function and update the event. In this first part, we update the initial time. Inside the while loop, we get the current time, we iterate to get an event at a current index, we check if the current time is greater than last update plus the timeout. If it's true, the function is executed. So we update the last update and the event in the list. We wait for 10 microseconds. There is an error in the last update. I missed the T. In CMake, I add the scheduler. In the labels, I add the pthread. We also add the header installation. We create a test rule. And test file. In the test, I include the necessary headers. In the site age.header. I create a scheduler instance. I start with init and parameterize it. With 3 events. I add an event named counter using the scheduler as an object, the handler counter, and if it's run. Its timeout is 10 milliseconds. I create another event named fast with a 1 milliseconds timeout. I start the scheduler. And keep checking if it is running. When it stops, I call close. I define the prototypes for the 2 handlers and leave their skeletons ready. In counter, I retrieve the scheduler instance and create a counter. When it reaches 9, I stop the scheduler. Otherwise, I'll continue incrementing. In fast, it is the same, but it counts rapidly. I compile normally, encountering some errors as usual. Missed adjustment last update, a typo in the event. Incorrect instance name. Missing return statement. Now recompiling testing. Everything passes. That's all for now. I appreciate it if you get here. Don't you forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment and share. Knowledge is not enough. Waiting for more. Bye. See you soon.